Hey, Stubbs here. You probably can barely see me. I'm getting out of here. It's it's later than I really wanted it to be. It's almost 7 o'clock. But leaving my home lake and going to Kerr Lake so I can try to get. I learned some hard lessons here on this trip. I was going to a lake I've only fished at once from the bank. I rode around it, or parts of it, and I watched videos and thought I could figure this out. This was a trip of hard lessons, I'm going to tell you. Keep watching so you can see some of the lessons that I've learned. This trip I had so many high expectations. You know how you feel right before you go fishing when you just know you're going to slam it. You're just going to kill it. I really thought I was. I threw everything. I rode around for about 2 hours, which might have been a mistake. I might have been riding around when I could have been catching fish. I was looking on the fish finder trying to find fish. I saw blow-ups near the shore that did not look like just a regular bass blow-up. They looked like striper blow-ups. They looked big. And I thought, oh man, I was thinking I was going to be on it. I rode toward it. I never saw like a huge school of fish. I just kept seeing blow-ups near Nutbush. And what I did was I put my boat in. This is Nutbush at the campground side. I was a little bit scared. I only have a 2-wheel drive truck. I was a little bit scared of the other boat ramp because it looks very steep. I might try that next time because I've really had no problems here. I just had so many expectations. This is where I was riding around looking at some of the blow-ups on the side. I went up like one other branch, and I went to where I turned to the right down down one of the, I don't know if you call it a cove or a creek, probably a creek, and where the wildlife boat ramp was. And I rode down that way, and I didn't see as many blow-ups. I didn't see as many fish in the water. I did see fish in the water. I didn't see schools, but I saw, 2 or 3 fish here, 2 or 3 fish there. Here you can see where I'm starting to turn. I think this is where I turned to. No, I saw a blow-up in this cove, and I decided I'd go check it out. I've speeded things up here so you wouldn't have to watch me ride around, but the point is I was riding around, and possibly I should have just went after what I saw instead of doing all this riding around. But this is good scouting, because in one of the next videos, 2 or 3 ahead, me and my son are going to go camping and fish all day on a Saturday, and I'm hoping that turns out well, do better than I did this trip. And you can see here I'm actually talking to him on the phone about it, being out there and being excited, and then seeing those blow-ups and thinking, oh man, we're gonna get into something here. This is the wildlife ramp I was talking about earlier. I stopped here to pee and to kind of check it out. It looks like a pretty good boat ramp. I mean, the ramps aren't real steep, and there's a couple of them, so this will be a good boat ramp to get out on, except this is a very busy lake. In case I haven't explained it very well, this is Kerr Lake. It's one of the largest lakes in southeastern United States. It's 50,000 acres. The lake I typically fish at is 300 acres, which is it's a big jump. This lake is known for striper fishing. The stripers got landlocked in here when they built the dams, and it's supposed to be known for, it's supposed to be a really good fishing lake for just about everything. People fish catfish here. They fish, of course, for the striped bass, a lot of different kinds of tournaments here. And it's about an hour from my house. So you'll see this more, because I plan to go here more. I want to learn at least part of this lake. The one fishing report I saw, which was from a month earlier, said the striper were biting near Nutbush, and that's where I put in, near the Nutbush Bridge. But I still had a really good time, and I learned a little bit about this lake, at least got more familiar with it. I decided to try to, this is the first time I've stopped to actually fish on this trip. So what I've decided to do was try to troll. I figured that's the best way to find fish. So what and I'm trolling for striper, hopefully. I got a bucktail on one and umbrella rig or Alabama rig on the other, and I'm just doing it with my trolling motor. Now my trolling motor may not be fast enough for stripers. I thought about this after I did it. Maybe I needed to actually just, luckily the motor on my boat is fairly quiet. If I got it to about 5 miles an hour, maybe that's the best way to do it. If you know more, let me know, because I've noticed a lot of the guys on YouTube, especially the ones who fish Kerr Lake, that fish stripers, when they troll, usually it's with their motor. So possibly I just wasn't going fast enough for to get the attention of a striped bass. I don't know. You tell me if you know more. Comment below. So here I've been trolling for about 45 minutes or so. So I decided to change the bucktail out for a spoon, just to see if that had any better effect. And you can see in the distance, you can see the main boat ramp at Nutbush. So if you're familiar with Kerr Lake and I'm just headed in the wrong area, comment below. Here what I've done is I got some live minnows, and I've got them on the bottom with these rods here. Just put them out. I anchored, just see what I could do there, and then I figured if I did that I could also throw throw some jigs out just to play around while I'm waiting to see if anything bites. I saw stuff on the fish finder, but unfortunately nothing hit. So. Watched this long, I sure do appreciate it. This was well, in a way it was a successful trip in that I learned a little bit about Kerr Lake and saw different areas and got a little more familiar with it. But it, you know, as far as catching fish, I didn't catch anything. It was a tough day. But I appreciate you watching. Like, subscribe, and we'll see you next time.